the Waialeale crater. In 1982, they had a huge landslide back of O'Kelly. In fact, as far back as you can see, that where the falls on the far right, above those falls is where the land fell off into the bottom of O'Kelly Canyon. That's a lot of land that fell off the top to the bottom. It took about 3-4 months before a river was carved. Back, you can see the concave. There's a waterfalls right in the concave area. The falls is at the top there. And just above us is the swamp, the Alikai Swamp, which is part of Waialeale. The Alikai Swamp is the water table for the island. It's about the center of the island. It absorbs all the rainfall, distributes the water to 7 major rivers and valleys. So the perimeter of the swamp on this side is O'Kelly Canyon. You go across the swamp over the top on the right, far right side. The perimeter would be Wainiha Valley. Wainiha comes off the north side of the island. And on the return trip, we'll be passing the entrance into Wainiha Valley. Right now, we're going to leave O'Kelly. We're going to head for the Waimak Canyon. We will be crossing over part of the Alikai Swamp on the way to the canyon. At times you look on the slopes there, you might see the mountain goats. They're not that easy to spot. They really blend with the terrain. The dominant trees and the swamp is called the Ohia Lehua tree. It's one of the hardest woods we have in Hawaii, found on every island, every elevation. Waimea Town and Rivers on the immediate left on the shoreline. The significance of the town is where Captain James Cook made his first landing when he came to the Hawaiian Islands. Cook was looking for the Northwest Passage between the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean for England. Arrived in January of 1778, stopping in town for supplies. Initially, when the native Hawaiians spotted Cook's ship on the horizon, happened to be at night, and he had his sails up, he had a fire going on. The natives believed that it was the Heiau of Lono. Heiau is a temple. Lono, one of the 4 major gods. Being they've never seen a ship like Cook's or a white man, they believe that Cook was the god Lono. Cook returned the following year, stopped on the big island at Kilokukua Bay. It's the Kona side of the big island. He got into a conflict with the natives there and he got killed. He was the first European navigator to chart the Hawaiian Islands on a map. Initially called it the Sandwich Islands, in honor of the Earl of Sandwich. That was his buddy. Entering the heart of the Willamette Canyon, or the Grand Canyon of the Pacific, Mark Twain called it. The canyon is approximately 10 miles in length, 6.5 to 7 miles in width, made up of 3 major ventricles. Now the public road is across the canyon and the rim. The road follows the rim, ends in the Coal Cave State Park. That's a woody area on the right side. You drive up to the state park, you have to go back down on the same road. In the central part of the state park, you've got a restaurant, museum, ranger station open daily. Facilities will be closed in the evening, except in holidays.
Never have sunlight on your face. You were content to let me shine. You always walk a step behind. I was the one with all the You were the one with all the strength. Without
I guess you've done a rim, fold the rim up front, the parking lot, the automobiles. It's the first major lookout you come across when you drive through the canyon.
Did you ever know that you're my hero?
Waipo Waterfalls off the left front. You hike the Waipo Trail, you'll cross the river that supplies the water to the falls, but you will not be able to see the length of the falls. To see the length of the falls, you have to be on a rim road.
You are the wind beneath my wings. You are the wind beneath my
That's the Waipo Falls here up front here. Yeah, we're going to be leaving the canyon. We're going to head down to the Pali coastline. The Barkin Sands Naval Air Base is along the shoreline on the left side. You barely can see the buildings. The runway is parallel to the coastline. If you follow the ravine beneath us to the shoreline, you end up right over the Port Holly State Beach Park. From that point, it kind of marks the beginning of the Napali coastline. The word Pali translated would be cliff, Napali, the cliffs. We're going to be passing the Pacific Missile Range facilities. That'll be the white domes you see out the left front. They got a road that comes off the rim road of the canyon, and it goes down to the facility. You have to go through a security check before they let you into the area. Very sensitive. All that airspace over the ocean, left side, restricted airspace. And we're going to be over the Napali coastline shortly. Now, there's a lot of wine history in this coastline. Every valley in this coastline at one time was inhabited by the ancient wines. Today, the coastline controlled by the state, DLNR, Department of Land and Natural Resources. Now, this first half of the coast we're going to be over is a half where there's no trails. The only way to get on shore on this half would be to fly in or come in from the ocean. Now, the valleys on this first half is not available to the public. They still have artifacts, man-made rock walls that terrace the floor of the valley, ancient remains in caves. There's actually a trail. In fact, you might see someone there at the top here on the right side. But the trail loops back in the state park. It doesn't bring you down into the valley or the waterline. The Twin Beaches below us in the right front is called Honobu. It's the last of the inaccessible beaches and valleys. If you ever seen the old King Kong movie with Jessica Lange, part of it was filmed